Good evening, guys. I'm a sick person talking to you once again. I feel much better today. I have the energy to stand up. It's progress. See, as you can see, I can stand now. Finally, very nice, very nice. Although I'm still sleeping here without any AC and without any fan, without ventilation, but that's okay. That's whatever. As you can see, my skin is also fucked as hell right now. So many pimples, but it is what it is. Just the sickness. I hope tomorrow the sickness goes away. I don't know if you can tell by my voice that I'm supremely tired, or I'm not very tired actually. It's just my voice is fucked. My neck or my just neck feels very rough. But anyway, coming to the topic, identity. The number one reason why you're not on the path to achieve what you want is because you yourself from the inside don't identify as someone who is walking the path or who is successful like that. And that concept is mentioned in this book. It's called Atomic Habits. And if I can show you, it literally is one of the starting chapters. I don't really know where it is. It says, I'm pretty sure that this doesn't focus, but I can't really change focus, but how your habits shape your identity and vice versa, which means that not only do your habits shape your identity, but your identity also shapes your habits. And then at the end of the day, whether you succeed or not depends on your habits. If you have the habit of working every day, then you're much more likely to be successful than you're not. If you have the habit to do smart, hard work for long periods of time, you're much more likely to be successful. And if you have tried to do that but you haven't, then again, if you don't have the identity of yourself, of someone who is that kind of a person, it's not going to be very easy to build those habits. But if you have the identity, if you define it yourself, think of it yourself that okay, I am a person who works hard, then you are naturally going to be wired to then actually work hard. Just keep telling yourself that you identify as someone who works hard. Think about all the, I don't want to get into the controversial stuff, but the gender stuff that's been going on these days, that okay, I identify as a man or I identify as a woman or whatever. I don't want to comment on all that, but the point is that if people can identify and talk about their genders like that, so can you do with the kind of habits and who you are as a person. Now, I'm not directly comparing these. I'm just saying that you can identify someone who works hard and then actually work hard, or have it make you work harder, or make it easy for yourself to work hard. So, for example, I have been making these videos for quite some time now. If I see how many videos I've had 17 videos, which means I started 17 days ago. I think around the 1st or 2nd of March or whatever. But point being that I have been uploading a video every day since the past 17 days, which tells me to myself that okay, I am somewhat consistent. It's been 17. It's you know it said that it takes 21 days for you to build a habit. Whether it's true or not, I don't know. But the point is, it's been 17 days. This is the 18th video, which means this is going to be the 18th day, and this is reinforcing the identity of being consistent at something, of me being a consistent person. So now I can tell myself confidently, by having a stack of undeniable proof, that I'm a person who's consistent, and when I start doing something, I will do it no matter what. The identity that okay, if I think that this is going to lead me to something better, then I will do it, or a better life, I will do it no matter what. And now if you think about it, this YouTube channel is basically a tool for me to build my own self identity, which then will further help me at everything else I do in life. For example, if I count my gym days, if I would say I'm a pretty consistent person. I hit the gym 6 days a week for a lot of weeks. I think if I've gone for the gym for the past 1.5 year, and out of those, uh, 52 plus 26, 58, 78 weeks, I would have at least gone six days a week for the for at least 50 weeks out of the 78. And on the rest of the weeks I did it 5 times or 4 times. I didn't really miss the gym much. Maybe for work or for some reason. I used to have not a very high tolerance. Now I do have higher tolerance, so it would be like even a small excuse would allow me to not to allow me to skip the gym. Now that's not the case. No matter what, I try to go to the gym, except these 2 days because I've been sick, and I'm literally it's not good for me to go to the gym. That's a different case. But yes, I have built myself an identity that I'm not a lazy person, and I'm a person who will do things even if I don't feel like doing them. And now I do things even if I don't feel like it. I will attend a meeting for my work if I don't feel like it. I'll make a phone call if I have to, regardless of whether I'm feeling like it or not. And so it's benefited me a lot, the consistency that I've learned in the gym, the consistency that I've learned doing this. And that is because I have made myself an identity that I'm someone who does things that are supposed to be done. And so try that out for yourself. Make an identity of yourself. Find yourself your best role model or whatever. Basically what I'm saying is you might not be successful when you make yourself an identity, but I'm sure that when you make yourself an identity or make an identity of yourself, this is who you are, it'll put you on the right track. That's the bare minimum it's going to do. It's going to have a much better effect, but it's definitely going to put you onto the right process. For example, say you are a real estate person and you have been doing a real estate job and now you're looking to buy houses and flip them or whatever. Now, I'm sorry for coughing, I'm just sick, I can't help it. If you say follow someone like Robert Kiyosaki and you've read the book Rich Dad Poor Dad and you say that okay, now I identify as Robert Kiyosaki, well, what would Robert Kiyosaki do? Also, disclaimer, I haven't read the book, I've just seen his interviews where he says that he takes in a lot of debt and then uses that debt to then buy buildings and then flip them or whatever. I'm not really giving my opinion on that or what he does is right or wrong, that I don't know. All I'm saying is, say you are a person in real estate who understands everything very well, who understands the real estate much better than everyone else, but you're afraid to take on debt because taking on debt is risky, and India said that taking debt is not very smart. But if you identify yourself as Robert Kiyosaki, and then you would ask yourself that okay, what would Robert do if he was in your place? Your answer would be, oh, he would probably take debt and then buy these buildings and then do these things to them, and then flip them again or whatever in 5 years, 6 years, whatever. And then say which gives you the courage or the energy or the passion, or it doesn't give you passion, but things like that. It gives you the courage to take that step or to do the action. Now you do it, and that results in, guess what? That results in now you being successful. So I'm not saying his identity made him successful. His identity allowed him to do the things or take the actions that were needed to be taken for him to be successful. It removed the roadblocks that were there. There is this podcast called Impact Theory, and I saw a reel or a YouTube short. I don't really use Instagram, so I saw a YouTube short which said that there was a very successful magazine entrepreneur who, when he was a kid, he was not a very smart student, and he didn't get good marks and used to barely pass and stuff. But just because his mom forced him to take the SAT, he took the SAT, and he got a score of 1400 out of 1600, which is a very good score. And then his mom couldn't believe it. She's like, bro, did you cheat? And he's like, bro, I tried to cheat, but I couldn't. Because of the way the exam was, I couldn't cheat, but I tried to cheat. Which means that I'm a smart student, is what he thought to himself. So now he started identifying himself as a smart student, started working hard. So he went to college, then he eventually went on to Ivy League, and eventually started his entrepreneurial journey into starting a magazine, which then magazine became very famous and he got very rich. And guess what? 12 years later, it was revealed that he was one of the 13 people who got their wrong SAT scores in their mail, and his actual SAT score was somewhere around 700, which means that he wasn't actually that smart. He just identified as smart to himself, and that just the identification of him being smart inside of himself He took actions such as cutting out toxic friends, stopped wasting time, started going to classes, all of that. Just his identity. That's literally all he did. And that snowballed into becoming someone rich and successful. So that's literally all. I mean, obviously, there are tens of thousands of other things, but yeah, having an identity of yourself to follow is a very smart thing, and it'll help you out. It'll at least put you on the right track to success or whatever, any accomplishment that you want. Not everyone wants success. Whatever you want. If you identify as a lazy person, go ahead, do lazy things. Do what makes you happy. That's okay. But then if you identify as a lazy person, you won't be sad that you haven't accomplished anything, because a lazy person really doesn't feel sad about not accomplishing anything. Anyway, so this was identity. Go make yourself one. It'll help you out.